Salute the squad and the family. It's your boy Armin with Real Talk, man, and some boxing news for you guys, bro. Reading up on boxingnews24.com, actually, I came across an article that, quite honestly, wasn't that surprising to me what was written in this article, man. We all know on the 2nd of May, we got that event, man, with DAZN. Turkey Al-Sheikh being involved with Ryan Garcia versus Rolly Romero. We also got Devin Haney on the undercard versus Jose Ramirez. And we got Teofimo Lopez taking on Arnold Barboza, which is a Friday, the 2nd of May. Being so close to Cinco de Mayo, as I should say. Being so close to Cinco de Mayo, the weekend before Cinco de Mayo, man. And salute to New York City first and foremost, bro. I just think, you know, Ryan Garcia being of Mexican descent, you got Jose Ramirez, you got Arnold Barboza. I think it would have probably been a good idea to actually have this event in Los Angeles, being so close to Cinco de Mayo. We all know the Mexican population we have here in LA, even Texas, I should say, but it is in the East Coast. Salute to New York, man. You know, none but love for New York. I'm just talking about business-wise and financially. I think it would have made more sense with this event being on the West Coast. Now, that's not the only problem that DAZN faces with this, because the day after this event, we all know, man, Canelo Alvarez signing that multi-fight deal with Riyadh and Turkey Al-Sheikh. The 3rd of May, man, Canelo Alvarez will not even be in the States, bro. Forget about East Coast and West Coast, man. Canelo Alvarez will be taking on William Skull in Saudi Arabia, man. Being so close to Cinco de Mayo as well. I know we got Jaime Munguia trying to get his get back with Suras on that card, man. You know, recently his last fight being knocked out by the man. But the bottom line is, bro, a lot of even Mexican Americans and Mexican boxing fans, bro, hell, just boxing fans in general, bro, are not really happy with Canelo Alvarez taking this fight to Saudi Arabia, being so close to Cinco de Mayo, a day that we all know Mexican Americans all celebrate, bro. Hell, a lot of people celebrate in the States, man. You know, that's a main problem right there, bro. I feel, you know, where these fights are being taken place, honestly, at the end of the day, and these fights being back to back, bro. One of them being May 2nd on a Friday, and the Canelo Skull being May 3rd, which is a Saturday. Now, let me go ahead and say, man, DAZN brought out a bundle package, bro. If you purchase both of these pay-per-views, DAZN is willing to give you a discounted price, man. I believe it was 25% off. You know, individually, each one of these fights will be selling for $59.99. But if you purchase the bundle, it'll end up being $89.99. Now, the problem that I see with this, bro, honestly, bro, the fights, number one, happening back-to-back. Canelo being a huge Mexican superstar in the sport of boxing, including, you know, that the fight that's going to happen the night before with Ryan Garcia there, Barboza there, Ramirez there. First of all, where these fights are taking place, bro. First of all. Second of all, bro, these fights being back-to-back events, man. Third of all, I'm going to go ahead and say, man, majority of the people, bro, that I talk to, especially me being from Los Angeles, man, and a huge Mexican population here, bro, I'm going to just be honest with you guys, man. A lot of people are upset about the Canelo and Skull fight, man. A lot of people don't really give a damn about that fight. A lot of people are upset that Canelo Alvarez, on top of it, will be fighting in Saudi Arabia. You know, with Cinco de Mayo being a few days away from, obviously, May the 3rd, bro. Cinco de Mayo falling on that Monday, which is still Cinco de Mayo weekend for the Mexican-American fans and the Mexican boxing fans, bro. Hell, just boxing fans in general, we all know that's a huge, huge, huge day for Cinco de Mayo, and we all know Canelo Alvarez has been dominating that day, bro. I feel like DAZN made a huge mistake. Turkey made a huge mistake, bro, making these events back-to-back. First and foremost, making the first event, I mean, I'm talking financially, bro. New York City is a huge... is huge for boxing, bro. It's amazing, man. You know, you got the Barclay, Times Square, Madison Square Garden, all that stuff, man. Salute to New York. But I feel like all the Mexicans on this fight card, bro, should have been in LA, honestly. These events shouldn't have been back-to-back. And DAZN feels they are in a bit of trouble, man. On top of that, a lot of people are streaming these fights illegally, bro. I think those people shouldn't even have an opinion at the end of the day because they're trying to get these fights free anyways. But for the people that are purchasing these pay-per-view events, bro, and a lot of people out here, bro, to be honest with you, are financially struggling, bro. A lot of people are going through hard times, and I feel like that whole people still haven't recovered, bro, from the COVID days, honestly, bro. People haven't recovered, man, financially. I'm gonna go ahead and say a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people lost their businesses, a lot of people are behind on their payments, and a lot of people that follow boxing, bro, just can't afford, you know, the prices on these events, especially fights that are back to back, bro. But with that being said, man, it's kind of hard, you know, Mexican American fans and Mexican boxing fans, it's kind of hard to convince these guys that, you know, they should even pay $60 for a Canelo Skull fight, man. I'm just going to be really, really honest with you guys, man. And I get it, man. Jaime Munguia is on that card. Um, but the bottom line is, man, most people that aren't like hardcore boxing fans, really don't care much about the undercards, bro. And salute to all these dudes on the undercards, man. If you're not a hardcore boxing head, bro, a lot of people don't even know these dudes on the undercards majority of the time, man. They mainly care about the main event, and a lot of times they care about the co-main event, bro. Now, this main event with Canelo versus Skull, bro, I'm going to be honest with you, man. Nobody really gives a damn about this fight, bro. Majority of the people, 90% of people I talk to, man, they don't care about this fight. They don't want to watch the fight. They know the outcome of the fight, bro. I get it that, you know, Munguia is on the undercard, but a lot of people are just flat out just disappointed on this fight card and this event, bro. And on top of it, this event taking place in Saudi Arabia, bro. I feel like DAZN made a huge mistake making these back-to-back events. I don't know how well these events will do, man. And again, people are financially struggling out here to pay for these pay-per-views on back-to-back events. And let's not get this twisted, bro. Cinco de Mayo being a huge boxing day, you know, in the sport of boxing, and for the Mexican fans and Mexican American fans, we all know how much they support this sport, and we all know how much they love this sport. I feel like it was also a mistake where both of these events are taking place, bro. At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Obviously, the Ryan Garcia card is a much better card for me. You know, I'd rather watch Ryan versus Rolly, Teofimo Barbosa, and Haney versus Ramirez. And we all know that the rematch is in jeopardy with both Ryan having to win and Haney having to win. It's just more intriguing at the end of the day. But still, that fight being in New York City, bro, I don't know if that was the right place to make that fight, bro. I just don't know if it was, bro. I just don't know if it was. You know, Cinco de Mayo is a huge Mexican holiday, bro. And, you know, Mexicans are much more deeper, I'm going to go ahead and say, on the West Coast, bro. LA, Texas, Arizona, so on and so forth, bro. I feel like DAZN, business-wise and financially, made a few mistakes with the locations of these fights, with these fights taking place back-to-back. And honestly, man, a lot of people are just upset at the fact that Canelo Alvarez is taking on William Skull. And I get it, bro. He's trying to get that belt. He's trying to be undisputed again. He's trying to make it more intriguing for the Terrence Crawford fight coming up at the end of this year, which, again, a lot of hardcore boxing fans are not that intrigued by it, bro. But, yeah, man, I feel like DAZN made a few mistakes, bro. DAZN made a few mistakes, and it just makes me wonder if these pay-per-view prices are just getting way too high for people to afford. If these fights, man, people aren't falling for it anymore, bro, even though they want to watch their favorite fighter. And let's not get this twisted, bro. The reason that any sport, I feel, survives, bro, is the hardcores are always going to watch it, man. But it's these casuals that really change the numbers, bro. And these casuals, man, you know, I don't want to say none of these fighters' names, and I don't want to be disrespectful to them. A lot of times, like I said, bro, they don't even really know these dudes on the undercards, man. Hell, they might know the two dudes fighting on the co-main event. But a lot of times, people that are paying these 80 bucks, 90 bucks, 100 bucks, you know, we've seen it all, 70 bucks, is really to see the main event, bro. Is really to see the fighter that's popular, their favorite fighter, they believe, and to support that fight, bro. And, you know, you just got to make it make sense for these people, man. You know, Canelo Alvarez fighting a Benavidez, a lot of people would have been excited about that. Or Canelo fighting a Bivol, for example, man. A lot of people just don't want to see Canelo and Skull because they pretty much, and this is no disrespect to Skull, they know the outcome of that fight, bro. They know the outcome of that fight. You know, Skull probably has a 2% chance of winning, bro, and this is no disrespect, man. I feel the fans are catching on, bro. You know, a lot of these fans, they don't want to waste their hard-earned money. They don't want to support the events that they don't want to support at the end of the day, man. And I feel DAZN and PBC and Top Rank and all these promoters, bro, Golden Boy, all these dudes probably need to do a better job putting two certain individuals together in the ring. DAZN, I feel, messed up, like I said, making these fights back-to-back, honestly, at the end of the day. And yeah, I get it, bro. You could bundle the package and make it a whole $90 thing, but I feel a lot of Mexican fans and Mexican-American fans, on top of this all, bro, are upset where both of these events are taking place, man. Being Cinco de Mayo is such a huge day for them, a huge day for boxing, and we all know there's way more Mexicans on the West Coast than the East Coast. Again, man, salute to New York City. But that's like, let's say if Berlanga just popped in my head, fought, let's say, a Gabe Rosado, that fight should definitely probably be in New York, bro. You know, I just feel like these promoters need to probably do a better job at where these fights are taking place and how far apart these fights are and who these individuals are fighting. And to remember, man, a lot of times that, you know, the fans that really change the numbers and raise these numbers, like it or not, are the casual fans, bro, that just want to watch their favorite fighter. And a lot of people don't want to watch Canelo versus Skull. Point blank, period, bro. I feel like these fights should have been way more separated. Honestly, bro, it could have been a few weeks apart since, you know, it is Cinco de Mayo and Canelo Alvarez is fighting in another country. But these are my thoughts and my opinions, bro. Let me know what you guys think. Drop some comments. Hit that like button if you're rocking with the content, bro. Sub if you're not subbed. It's your boy Armin with Real Talk. I'm going to catch you guys on the next one. We out of here.